Do you believe in miracles? Recent studies have shown, really kind of to my surprise, that 80% of the American public believes that miracles happen today. And that statistic proves consistent whether people identify themselves as religious or not religious at all. Apparently 80% of Americans believe miracles still happen. I hope that includes you. I'm standing here on the shore of a beautiful little lake, and I'm reminded of what I think one of the most astounding miracles that Jesus did, calming the storm on the Sea of Galilee. He was riding in the boat with the disciples. He was asleep. Big storm came up, which can happen on Galilee. They were freaking out, and they got his attention. He woke up, and he said, "Peace, be still." He commanded nature to calm down, and it happened. A great miracle. Have you experienced a miracle in your life? I certainly have. There was a time when I was in college, I got blood poisoning. I was working as a meat cutter, and I accidentally bumped my hand against the bandsaw after cutting up some pork. The saw wasn't running, but I got 2 puncture wounds. By the next night, I took off my shirt to go to bed, and I had a line of infection like you took a marker all the way up my arm, all the way to my heart. In just a conversation a week or two earlier, a good friend of mine who was studying to be a nurse, she told me that if you ever get injured and you get some blood poisoning and that line of infection gets to your heart, you're going to be dead soon, because your heart will begin pumping that infection throughout your body. It'll overwhelm your immune system and you will not survive. That's what she said just a week or two earlier. That was echoing in my head as I stood there in my parents' house looking in the mirror at this bright red line of infection. So I decided to pray. I said, "Lord, it looks like you're going to take me home. That's okay. But I also know that you can heal me if you want." And we lived at least an hour away from a good hospital, big hospital that maybe might have been able to do something to save my life. I thought an hour, it's going to take more than an hour to get there. I probably will not survive. So I didn't even wake my parents. I was a young person at the time, not the smartest thing probably. But I had this peace after I prayed, so I went to bed. I slept better than I have in my life. Here's the cool thing. I woke up in the morning, I knew I'd either wake up in heaven or wake up in northern Minnesota. And some of us would say there's not much difference, and I love Minnesota. But I looked down at my hand. There was no trace of the 2 puncture wounds that had been there, and the red line of infection was completely gone. I had been miraculously healed overnight as I slept. What an incredible miracle. And I've told doctors when I visited with them about what happened, and they give me a respectful nod and smile, but I know they don't believe me because they've never heard of someone being healed without medical intervention. And I was in the ER one time after being in a car accident, not seriously injured, but the person next to me, he let a screwdriver slip into his hand and he had a 1-inch line of infection. They were admitting him to the hospital. They were throwing every antibiotic at him because they were so concerned about him. And I thought to myself, wow, these nurses would not believe me if I told them that I had the red line all the way to my heart. I went to sleep and God healed me, but he did. Friends, God can do a miracle for you too. I can't guarantee any specific miracle. That's up to God. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, God does miracles today. We worship him, we adore him. And so now we're beginning a new series of messages this Sunday, March 30th, God of the Impossible, looking at miracles that Jesus did and what God can do for you, and Old Testament miracles as well as New Testament. I hope you'll join us for this. I think you'll find it encouraging. And if you're a skeptic, you're not sure that God even exists, oh, we want you to come as well. We'd love to interact with you about this God who does miracles at the Evangelical Free Church of Des Plaines this Sunday, March 30th, 10:45 in the morning. Oh, I sure hope you can join us for that. God bless you, and thank you for watching this video.